Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to WatchYouWant.com. Thanks for logging on. Today, we're talking high horology, and we're doing it with the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Ultra Thin Reserve de Marche, the latest in a long line of automatic winding power reserve watches from La Grande Maison of the Vallée du Jeu. This watch right here combines the latest case form with a brilliant rose gold Jaeger-LeCoultre's in-house caliber 938 movement and a dial that is just singular. Kind of an off-white, almost cream eggshell color. It's beautifully rendered and complemented by applied rose gold indexes with rose gold Dauphine hands, a biplanar look with cutaway subdials, and heat blued, blue oxidized subdial hands. So let's break down this Master Ultra Thin Reserve de Marche, talk about where it comes from historically, what that means to the manufacturer, and specifically what the hook is regarding this 2012 to present latest edition reference. So the key here is that this watch is 39 millimeters in diameter. I want to show you a wrist shot before I get carried away with my spiel, because this is a fantastic dress reference that wears as sharp as it looks. Flat to the wrist, tucked down, hunkered, only 9.9 millimeters thick, and remember, that's for a complicated automatic winding watch. So you're getting a tremendously low profile and a lot of value in watchmaking, because JLC gives you complication but keeps it thin. And it seems like that's a tough tandem for most watchmakers to manage. You either get complication or you get a thin watch, not both at once. But JLC has taken what was already a fantastic dress reference that wore well underneath French cuffs, dress cuffs, long sleeves. You can see on my wrist 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters for our metric friends. It sits flat, but they took that basic shape of the Reserve de Marche and they honed it in 2012. And what they did was they basically paired the profile of it, giving it this tumble home from the crystal down to its case flanks. You see how it tapers inward as it rises up? That's to ensure that both on the top and bottom it's pared down. It sits, kind of cradles itself in the skin, sits even lower than its roughly 10 millimeter thickness would suggest, and when you pull your sleeve over it, the sleeve rolls over it easily. Completely unobtrusive, you could forget you're wearing it until you look, and then you're struck by its beauty. And this edition right here does a great job of combining the warmth of this 18-karat rose gold with this eggshell dial, and the eggshell dial is a real highlight. If you're not watching this 1080p HD, I suggest you reset your YouTube configuration, YouTubers out there, because this one deserves it. The bottom line is that everything on this dial is nuanced. Yes, it has the eggshell, but it also has a biplanar look to it, because you have that second layer with the subdials cut away, and then from the subdials you rise up to the main dial. Now you're on a plane with the oxidized blue hands, and they lend a little bit of character, being slightly off-center, slightly asymmetrical. There's just enough visual dissonance there to hold your interest. It's not too easy on the eyes that you take it for granted or forget about it. It holds the attention. It forces you to resolve it. Mentally, I find that little hook, the asymmetry, makes the watch more enticing, not less, and that's a time-honored feature in Swiss watchmaking. A slight bit of asymmetry, just enough of a wrinkle to keep you interested and keep you mulling over it, keep you contemplating its complexities. And they continue at this outer race of dot indexes for the minute track and double-faceted applied gold triangular hour indexes. A double triangle index at 12 o'clock, the rest are single, but when you look at them up close, each facet is polished and beautifully defined. There's a great deal of attention to detail here, and the result is the best of the Master series, I believe, since its inception in 1992. Now, Master does refer to the 1,000 hours control, which is a in-house, roughly 42-day trial of different positions, different temperatures, power reserve capacity, precision, even shock resistance that JLC subjects all of its watches to before it releases them. And because JLC is a manufacturer, it's evaluating itself here in every respect. It is the Grande Maison, and it is defined by its watchmaking. It is defined by its movements and the standards to which it holds itself. As the watchmaker to watchmakers, it's been called for Patek Philippe, Cartier, Audemars Piguet, Vacheron, Bulgari, and many others over the years. JLC is first and foremost an engineering house and a master of movements. And here you get the latest rendition of their long-running series of power reserve automatic movements. Beautiful Côte de Genève, circular on the bridges themselves, circular on the winding rotor. You also see gorgeous, almost deep cobalt, heat-blued screws with chamfered slots, beveled all around their circumference. They're fantastic to look at under the microscope, and they do hold up under 5, 10, 20 power loops. You get gorgeous beveling, gorgeous anglage of all the bridges. The plates themselves have a gorgeous Purlage pattern to them, that engine turning that creates the overlapping little swirls of metal. All of that traditional finishing is here, but you're also getting modern refinements, ceramic winding rotors that are unlubricated and operate essentially sealed for life, reducing maintenance requirements. A 28,800 vibration per hour modern beat rate, 273 parts, 41 joules, auto winding, and with a power reserve feature on the front, you can always keep abreast of where it is in terms of state of wind. It's a very useful complication because it prevents your watch from running down, and what could be more fundamental than that? Right next to it, the other ultimate useful complication, a date wheel. So this watch offers a lot of practical value in addition to its horological value and its aesthetic beauty. Now this watch is possibly the quintessential dress reference from JLC. They are the ultimate manufacturer, so they're known for their engineering, but in the modern era, as they placed more and more focus on their own models and less focus on supplying others with movements, they've really refined everything from their dials to their case shapes to their lugs. And you can see that this case really deserves a shout out. They do make their cases in-house, just like everything else, but the definition of this case is head and shoulders above the 2000s Masters. First and foremost, the combination of the beveled lugs with the stepped bezel lends this watch a tremendous amount of articulation on its flank. It's not just a straight curve from the crystal to the case back. There are little steps and character lines and wrinkles and folds that break up the expanse of gold. And I find with gold, too much of it can be overpowering, so breaking it up is the key to elegance in the modern era. Now that we're talking about dress watches that are 39, 40, 41 millimeters and made of gold, little wrinkles like this, stylistic nuances, are necessary to maintain elegance. And you can see that almost wave-like flow from lug to lug, up and in and around and down and out. This watch has a tremendous amount of nuanced thought dedicated to its aesthetic presentation as well as its engineering. So you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the engineering of the Grand Maison, and you're getting the new age definition of JLC, the complete watchmaker that's mastered beauty and engineering in equal measure. Now this Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Ultra Thin Reserve de Marche, again the latest case style, the latest movement, is available with an extensive factory set from watchyouwant.com. See it in high resolution images on our website. I believe that for sheer value, impact, watchmaking heritage, engineering quality, you can't really do much better in a dress reference. With rose gold, that beautiful complex eggshell dial, and this matching dark brown alligator strap with a single stitch, this watch looks and wears like a dream. An outstanding dress reference, quite possibly one of the finest dress watches you can buy today. See it on our website, watchyouwant.com.